Live from the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Touchdown! It's James Jones.
The drought is over. Tonight, the Raiders doing their first victory dance in a year.
Now, Dennis, let's be specific. This was their first win in 368 days.
That's why I'm smiling. It finally came, Elizabeth and Ken, and it came against a Kansas City team that was tied for the division lead. This was no cheapie, folks, and it was the rookie quarterback that came through in the end. Raider fans were hoping to wash away a winless season. Oakland down 2017, under 2 minutes left, when Derek Carr finds James Jones for a 9-yard touchdown with 1:42 to play. That was a brilliant 17-play, 80-yard drive, and the Raiders win their first game of the season, 24-20, snapping a 16-game losing streak dating back to last season.
Hopefully there's many more to come, because I like this feeling better than the other one. That's for sure. You know, I'm glad that this time finally came. I'll be able to enjoy it, but just like this league, doesn't care. You got to go on to the next one. So I'm going to enjoy the heck out of this one. I promise you that.
When you showed it to the stadium today, did you just know? Did you just feel it?
Honestly, to be truthful with you, man, something felt different all week. The good thing about it is that no one's running there holding their head down, sulking, feeling sorry for themselves, because the league doesn't feel sorry for us. And we knew the Chiefs were going to feel sorry for us. We knew we had to bring it. Otherwise, you know, they were going to embarrass us, and we weren't interested in that on national TV.
The Monkeys off their back. The Raiders win a football game. Latavius Murray, brilliant running back, had a huge first half but got knocked out with a concussion. We'll show you what happened. More reaction coming up in sports. The Raiders win, and I understand that's not the only drought that ended tonight, guys.
Yeah, a lot of celebrating out there by the players as well, but you can understand that by any stretch of the imagination. All right, Dennis, we'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Well, speaking of that other drought, we needed this rain as much as the Raiders needed that win tonight. Even if you had an umbrella, you still got soaked. Traffic was a mess all over the Bay Area. You probably were caught in it. Paul, this was the wettest day in San Francisco since April.
Yeah, Dennis talked about 368 days between wins for the Raiders. It has not been this wet in San Francisco in 235 days. So close. April 1st, the last time we had more than half of an inch of rain in San Francisco. It happened in pretty short order, right around 5 and 6 o'clock tonight. The heart of the evening commute, the Bay Bridge, I-80, 880, 580, 680, all drenched by some very heavy rainfall. What's going on right now? Nothing. Quickly in, quickly out. There is 0 on the radar, though some drizzle or mist is possible overnight tonight. 2-day rainfall totals now approaching 2 inches north of the Golden Gate, Larkspur. Just about that mark. San Rafael, 1.25 inches. Ukiah, more than an inch. Oakland, nearly an inch of rainfall. Concord, you've seen more than half an inch. Even San Jose got more than 1/10 of an inch of rainfall today. And guess what? Today was round 2. There's a round number 3, and it is also heading right toward the Bay Area. We'll detail that and a new outlook that says we may be wet for a very long time. We'll have that coming up.
Sounds great. All right. Thanks, Paul. Well, a man arrested for drunk driving, and then this happens. Yeah, tonight, jailhouse video shows Sonoma County deputies going at a suspect. They beat him so severely that he had to be taken to the ER. The man hadn't seen the video until Juliet showed it to him a couple of hours ago. Juliet?
Ken, it's a 29-minute video. It's pretty tough to watch. Even Issa Worth could only watch a few minutes of it when he showed it to him. The beating happened inside this jail, and tonight the Sheriff's Department says that use of force was justified.
I couldn't breathe. I was like dying, literally.
The video is difficult to watch, especially for Issa Roth, who was tased more than 20 times for reportedly resisting arrest.
Face down, handcuffed, being tased with 2 guys on my head and 2 guys on my legs.
The video was taken by jail staff, and it goes on for 29 minutes. What started as a DUI escalated into charges of assault on a correctional deputy and resisting a peace officer.
It's torture. It's absolutely torture.
The case goes to trial in a few weeks. Issa's attorney says the deputies in the video should be prosecuted, not his client.
He was shocked with real electrical wires over 20 times and beaten savagely, had both of his arms wrenched out of socket, covered in bruises and blood by the time they were done with him, and had to take him to the emergency room.
Yeah, that was after they already threw me down.
Photos show the taser marks and a black eye that deputies say Issa had before he was arrested.
It's not a pretty video, as force typically is not.
But the sheriff's department says the level of force was appropriate. But 29 minutes of it? That's a long time.
It is a long time. But force lasts as long as the resistance lasts.
But he was in handcuffs from what I was watching.
Right. But
so how do you explain that?
Well, the handcuffs didn't prevent him from biting. They didn't prevent him from grabbing someone's taser.
Issa says the video is hard for him to watch, even 2 years after it happened.
They're hired to protect people. So how can you say this is right?
Issa Roth's trial begins December 11th. He faces DUI charges and assault charges. Jury selection begins in the next few weeks. In Sonoma County, Juliette Goodrich, KPIX 5.
Another security scare outside the White House tonight, this time a woman with a handgun. Plainclothes Secret Service agents say they spotted her with a 9mm near the White House fence. She's 23 years old from Michigan and now under arrest. All that was happening while the president was inside the White House. He was giving a televised address to the nation, detailing his plan to help 5 million illegal immigrants stay in the country. He also had this message for Republicans who promised tonight they'll make him pay.
To those members of Congress who question my authority to make our immigration system work better, or question the wisdom of me acting where Congress has failed, I have one answer. Pass a bill.
Now, Betty, walk us through how we got here.
Well, Liz, the president used his executive power. He sidestepped Congress, or more accurately, the Republicans. Here's why. The Democrat-controlled Senate passed an immigration reform bill, but Speaker John Boehner, a Republican, refused to bring that bill to a vote in the House. That's why the president is going it alone.
We are and always will be a nation of immigrants.
And tonight, the president's plan will shield 5 million more immigrants, all currently here illegally, from deportation. So who's eligible? Parents of children born here, and people who can prove they've been in the U.S. for more than 5 years.
If you register, pass a criminal background check, and you're willing to pay your fair share of taxes, you'll be able to apply to stay in this country temporarily without fear of deportation.
The executive action also grants work permits and expands the Dreamer program for immigrants brought to the U.S. illegally as children.
These people, our neighbors, our classmates, our friends, they did not come here in search of a free ride or an easy life. They came to work and study and serve in our military. And above all, contribute to America's success.
The president's plan will not provide a path to citizenship or offer health care tax credits. But the president is still in for a long battle with Republicans.
The only way you can do this properly is have Congress enact the laws, an immigration law, which Congress is in the process of doing, and then have the president enforce those laws.
So what can the Republicans do? We're hearing anything from shutting the government down to withholding funding for immigration services. Liz, the president heads to Las Vegas tomorrow. He plans to officially sign that executive order.
That's right, and he'll be with Harry Reid, who's now the, not for long, though, the Senate Majority Leader. But Mitch McConnell says come January, swift action.
That's right. We'll be watching.
Definitely. All right, Betty, thank you.
Well, immigrants will be able to start applying for deportation deferrals in the spring. Meanwhile, in California, 1.5 million immigrants will be eligible for this, the most of any state. Texas is second, 743,000 people there. There are still about another million illegal immigrants in California who won't be eligible. But tonight, Joe Vasquez shows us that starting in January, a lot of them will be able to do something legally, and that's drive.
Look closely. The new category of California driver's license will have this notation: federal limits apply. In January, it'll be available for the first time ever for undocumented immigrants. That's who crowded into a standing room only community meeting in Redwood City just moments after the president's speech on immigration.
You cannot get certain government services. You cannot get on an airplane.
They are just completing an 11-week driver's ed course. They will be some of the first in line for licenses. Carla Figueroa is undocumented from Mexico. Her children were born here.
I'm happy. Yeah, for the drive license.
Yeah, for the driver's license.
Drive license
And now the president says you can stay without
they say no deportation. Thank you so much.
Many of the folks in this room will not qualify directly from President Obama's immigration plan. Still, they will be able to emerge from the shadows simply by getting their driver's license.
Now they can be driving without fear. If they see a police officer, they could show now the driver license.
They drive to work every day all over California, but because they're afraid of being deported, most have no insurance and have never fully learned the rules of the road. And after a car accident, it's often the case they abandon their cars.
It is very important that people driving are very well documented, that they know the rules of the law, because that's one way to protect not only themselves, but the community around them.
Joe Vasquez, KPIX 5.
And the DMV will be hiring about 1,000 new employees. Starting in January, they'll open up extra pop-up offices. They'll stay open late and even on weekends.
A Bay Area girl missing for more than a week. Tonight, her family tells us why they're afraid. You're looking at the latest victim of sex trafficking, even though she's only 12 years old.
And these books are showing up in thousands of mailboxes all across the Bay Area. What are they and who's sending them? Well, we find out tonight.
It's one of the most dangerous jobs in the Bay Area, and these guys do it for free. Tonight, we dive in for a rare look at this elite team helping police solve some of the toughest cases out there.
Tonight, Dave's all new at Birdman's Edward Norton, the legendary Jesse Norman, and the top 10 ways to botch a job interview.
Mentioned that you used to write for Letterman.
Tonight.
Coming up on the Chrysler Community Calendar. Saturday, join the Halls Valley Astronomical Group for a night of stargazing at Grant Park, San Jose. And Sunday, bring your pet into any Pet Food Express for VIP Pet Care's affordable veterinary care.
We are born makers. So we went the extra mile and made a car that does the same. The all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Things have changed. Can't say thank you enough. You've made my life special by being a part of it.
Glad you made it, buddy.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks again, my friends.
For everything, for all your help.
Through all life's milestones, our trusted advisors are with you every step of the way.
Congratulations. Thanks for helping me plan for my retirement. You should come celebrate with us. I'd be honored.
Plan for your goals with advisors you know and trust, so you can celebrate today and feel confident about tomorrow. Chase, so you can.
A San Francisco family is desperate to find a 12-year-old girl. They worry she has been sold into sexual slavery. Her name is Imani Howell. She's been missing for over a week. She was last seen in the Mission District and on International Boulevard in Oakland, in areas where pimps send underage girls.
It's a nightmare that you can't wake up from. You can't help but think the horrific things that could be happening to her.
Tonight, we've learned police are trying to find Imani by tracking her cell phone.
All right, have you gotten this book? It's called The Great Controversy, and tens of thousands of these are being mailed to Bay Area businesses. Andrea Barbara got one, too, and wondered what it was all about.
It landed with a thud in 750,000 mailboxes all over San Francisco and Oakland this week.
I had seen a copy of it outside before, so I thought it was my roommate.
The 377-page tome on the past, present, and future is a delivery from Remnant Publishing, a wing of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
I thought it was a book. I was actually like, oh, that's interesting. That's the first. And then I flipped through and realized it was some sort of a Bible.
On Remnant's website, it says the mass mailing cost $250,000. The church is looking for donations. As for why we were targeted, the website says many of the people of San Francisco may not know it, but they desperately need the eternal hope that Jesus offers.
It's not a bad idea. They can recruit. I mean, being gay doesn't mean you cannot believe in Christ.
I think that's ridiculous. But, you know,
I mean, can't blame them for trying, I guess.
But for some in the environmentally conscious Bay Area, the controversy isn't in the pages of the, quote, crucial end time book, but where the books will end their time.
Mine's going to be in the trash.
In San Francisco, Andrea Borba, KPIX 5.
Tonight, in what sounds like something out of a movie, two sisters noticed people trapped in the second floor of a burning San Jose apartment complex. They took dramatic action. They dragged a mattress below the window. 3 people were holding out a railing barely an inch thick. At first, no one wanted to jump, but then they did. All 3 survived. Now, when it comes to rescuing people underwater, that's a different story. Tonight, we're getting a rare look at a team of volunteer divers. Juliette Goodrich suited up with them to see what it takes to find people or evidence in the dark, murky waters of the bay.
They are Alameda County's dive team. They aren't diving to rescue. They're diving to recover bodies or evidence from crimes. 2 years ago, a man fell to his death in a water-filled rock quarry in Oakland while looking for his pet cat. Diver Mike Whitehurst will never forget finding his body.
You find another human being, it's I held him very tightly. I wasn't going to let go of him, and we were going to bring him home.
Other high-profile operations, the search and recovery of Lacey Peterson's body and unborn baby. And after the deadly rampage at Oikos University, the search for the semi-automatic handgun used to shoot 10 people.
So put this on, we're going for it?
I got to experience firsthand what it's like to dive and search for something in waters you can't see in.
Down you go.
Before making that nighttime dive, I underwent training in a pool at Coast Guard Island. Divers wear a harness and are tethered to a rope, guided by a tender on dry land. First, I had to locate a dummy and put it into a body bag with another diver. Then,
I'm a little nervous. I'm in a pool.
They blacked out my mask as I searched blindly to recover a fake gun. Then the real test.
Juliette, tell us you're okay.
A nighttime dive in the San Leandro estuary, searching for a man-sized dummy. It's pitch black. All I can do is rely on cues from the tender that's tracking and mapping my every move. I have a safety diver nearby.
At the bottom, he can see her rope, but he can't see his hand on it. So it's completely zero visibility.
4 pulls on the rope, signal go left.
4 given, 4 return.
3 pulls, go right.
Do you have the object, Juliette? You have to stay with it while you wait for the other diver to arrive. It can be a little bit difficult because you're with a cadaver, you're with your own thoughts. It's a complete blackout situation. And, sometimes a lot of things run through your head.
While this was a recovery drill, it still felt very real. You can't see, and you're holding on to what feels like a real body. And this type of recovery can bring the necessary closure to families.
We do it because we love diving, and we do it because we want to give something back to the community. It's important.
In Alameda County, Juliette Goodrich, KPIX 5.
Well, these volunteers come from all walks of life. One of them is a dentist. Another owns a fast food franchise.
Pretty amazing. All right, we got what was promised and was delivered today.
And then some.
Yeah.
It was a sloppy evening out there. We're loving every minute. This is exactly what we need. Only about 50 or 75 more and we'll be right back to normal. That's literally how many more days we'd have to get that 3-year drought back. Here's some help. Not just a couple days, not just a couple weeks. The Climate Prediction Center puts out an outlook for the next month. And guess what they're saying? We have the highest likelihood of a wetter than normal December. I'm talking the next 5.5 to 6 weeks are now trending wet. Not every day. It's not going to rain every day, but we are trending wetter than average through Christmas into the year 2015. Maybe it started now. Maybe we're turning the corner, if you will. KPIX 5 high-def Doppler very active this evening. Lots of rainfall, some small hail, a couple thunderstorms. Right now, though, we are clearing out. We'll stay clear tomorrow. Your microclimate forecast will take you to Fremont. A partly sunny day tomorrow. Should be nice to get outside. Roads will still be wet tomorrow morning, 64 degrees. But guess what? Showers are back on Saturday with a high of 65. So what's going on? We have one storm moving out, another one moving in, but this one is different. This one is actually stronger and juicier than the one we got tonight, but the jet stream will not be aimed directly at us. So we have one storm moving out, very unstable air this evening. That was the catalyst for all the rain and thunderstorms and the very slow drive home for your loved ones this evening. That's now moving out. That was system number 2. We now have round number 3 moving in. A lot of juice in the atmosphere. It's ready to go. It's going to dump 3 to 5 inches of rainfall on the Oregon coast and Washington coast because the jet stream is going to meander a little bit to the north. We're going to get a glancing blow, which means we'll still get rainfall, but not as much as we had today and not the super soaker they will get up to the north. How much rain in total? We're talking 2.5 inches of rain for the North Bay and the wettest spots. Some of you in the East Bay for the week may end up with an inch of rainfall, and some of you in the South Bay will likely get more than 1/4 of an inch of rain. So what to expect? A few isolated showers tonight, but we're dry tomorrow. One more wet day in this mini wet pattern. That's coming up on Saturday. Highs tomorrow, low 60s, a couple degrees cooler than average. Vallejo 62, San Jose 64, San Francisco, San Rafael, and Santa Rosa 62 degrees. One more round of showers on Saturday. It will not be a washout, but you'll be avoiding showers throughout the day if you're out and about. Sunday, we're drier, and I know a lot of us are traveling coming up next week as we head toward Thanksgiving. Monday through Thursday, mainly sunny, completely dry with highs in the mid to upper 60s. Good travel weather. This is a great time to download that CBS Bay Area weather app. Live radar, hour-by-hour forecast. Search for KPIX in the App Store. We'll be right back.
KPIX 5's Mobile Weather Lab, powered by Toyota. Test drive the redesigned 2014 Highlander at your local Toyota dealer today.
Twin Pine Casino celebrates 20 years of big jackpots, live shows, and gold medal accommodations with an Indian motorcycle giveaway Saturday the 22nd. Plus, win a share of $100,000 each Saturday. 30 minutes from Calistoga on Highway 29, Twin Pine Casino and Hotel.
Catch the holiday spirit. Lace up your skates and enjoy the carnival fun and building lighting ceremony at San Francisco's Embarcadero Center. Friday, November 21st from 4 to 7 p.m. Sponsored by KPIX 5.
Toyota's Thanksgiving sales event is on with the best deals of the year. For a limited time, get huge holiday savings with special APR financing. Plus, get holiday bonus cash on Camry, Corolla, RAV4, and more. Toyota, let's go places.
The heart of wine country is also the home of big jackpots, fab food, thrilling entertainment, and gold star accommodations. Just 30 minutes north of Calistoga on Highway 29, Twin Pine Casino and Hotel. The only place to play and stay in wine country.
This Friday, a witness deal goes bad.
My partner and I promised this guy protection.
Now, can these cops keep him alive?
Hey, shut up!
New Blue Blood, CBS Friday.
1, 2, 3.
For a limited time, Celebrity's 1, 2, 3 Go offer is all-inclusive. First, select a destination. Then, book a concierge-class stateroom or higher, and you'll receive a free classic beverage package, free gratuities, and up to a $300 onboard credit to use for dining or almost any way you'd like. Prefer a veranda or ocean view stateroom? Choose one of the 3 offers. Select a Europe vacation and choose 2. Book today and prepare for the time of your life. Restrictions apply. Ships Registry Malta.
Toyota's Thanksgiving sales event is on. Hurry in today. For a limited time, get big savings on a new 2015 Prius liftback with 0.9% APR. Plus, get $500 holiday bonus cash. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, this is Kathleen Turner, inviting you to join me at Berkeley Repertory Theater for Red Hot Patriot, the kick-ass wit of Molly Ivins. I'm having a blast playing my favorite brassy broad. Join me. Reserve your tickets at berkeleyrep.org.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake.
Make your dreams come true this season with the Infiniti Limited Engagement Winter Event. Right now, lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti QX60 for $419 a month. Visit your Bay Area Infiniti retailer.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Big Fish Casino.
Almost 5 million baby strollers are being recalled tonight. They can cut off a baby's fingers. The recall covers 11 different models, all made by Graco. They have a folding hinge on the side, and it's that hinge that's troublesome if people aren't careful. So far, there have been 10 reports of babies having part of a finger amputated because of those strollers.
Well, tough to play a game of football when your stadium looks like this. 220,000 tons of white stuff blanketing the Buffalo Bills Stadium today, and they could get another 3 feet of snow tonight. Because of that, the Bills will move their Sunday game against the Jets to Monday in Detroit. Hashtag Snowvember trending on Twitter tonight as people post pictures of their snow-covered homes and doorways there. And at least this person got creative.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
Made his or her own beer fridge. Now that's thinking. That is
Being
thinking.
resourceful.
You could either make $10 shoveling snow at the Bills Stadium or build one of those.
What did Deanna? What did you just say? Winning, yeah. Okay.
What's the dog doing? The dog has to go outside.
Speaking of which, we got 2 shockers in college hoop tonight, both involving local teams. But the story is the Silver and Black, a much-needed and highly unexpected win. We're going to take you inside the victorious locker room next.
We were talking about it with him.